Welcome to Black CNN. I'm your host, Anthony Wright. This episode is brought to you by a new Nintendo game system for kids. It's called the Wee Wee. Make your friends at school jealous when you tell them, after I finish my homework, I'm going to play with my Wee Wee. Donald Trump's lawyers hit Stormy Daniels with a $800,000 penalty for the defamation suit. This is a counterpunch, or as Avenatti calls it, discipline. Now the judge has not yet made a decision, but we'll be sure to keep you posted. USA Gymnastics files for bankruptcy. The organization has struggled to recover from the scandal after the former national team doctor Larry Nassar sexually abused hundreds of gymnasts. The dozens of lawsuits say that the organization and its leaders failed to live up to their obligation to report claims of Nassar's abuse. He was actually on an episode of To Catch a Predator, and here's his photo. Now we have to recap the George H.W. Bush funeral. As you all know, the former president has passed on November 30th this year. During the funeral, Trump and the Clintons ignored each other. If you look at this photo, this is every family. The tension between Trump and the Clintons was toe-curling, which is something you won't hear from Stormy Daniels. Thousands gathered in Houston for their final farewell. His legacy was honored by a procession of dignitaries and family members. Other well-known guests attended the ceremony, including Arnold Schwarzenegger, Chuck Norris, and Dikembe Mutombo. Could you imagine Dikembe Mutombo at a funeral crying? No. A California teacher was arrested for appearing to forcibly cut off a student's hair while singing the national anthem. Normally, students don't learn about handcuffs until sex ed class. Now, say what you want, but she still sounded better than Fergie. Her bail was set at $100,000. But joke's on her, she can easily afford that on a teacher's salary, right? The Secret Service is testing a facial recognition program outside the White House. When they tested it inside the White House, on Kellyanne Conway, this is what the computer recognized. The first Native woman Democrat in North Dakota's State House takes oath in a traditional dress. If she wants to have fun and spice things up, she should give the other lawmakers a gift of blankets. The NYPD launches a drone program. They will be operated by police officers. So if you look up in the sky, you'll see a group of drones hovering around Popeye's chicken. And now for our top story of the week. Kevin Hart steps down as Oscar host after criticism over homophobic tweets from 2009 and 2011. Let me start by saying, I think Kevin Hart would be a great host. Hosting the Oscars is the janitor position of Hollywood. This was a setup. Why didn't the Academy look into this before making their decision? That's like McDonald's contacting me about a job, reviewing my resume, and then asking me about jokes I made on Twitter 5 years ago. This is McDonald's. I don't need you. But I digress. So, until next time, I'm Anthony Wright. Good night.